Hello and welcome to the season finale of Happy Hour. We want to thank you for joining us on this journey. We have a great show for you tonight, so now is the time to kick back and relax. I'm your host, Haley Potter, and tonight we'll be hitting some highlight with news on the rocks, and later we'll learn something new with Average Joe. But let's get things started today with some rock talks. Do you love coffee as much as I do? As finals week approaches, coffee is becoming an important part of students' diets, not only for the caffeine, but for the variety of delicious flavors it comes in. If you haven't caught on yet, this week's Rock Talk segment is all about coffee. Let's go on over to Josh to see what our crew has in store for us tonight.
Thanks, Haley. It's true. As finals week approaches, coffee is becoming a hot commodity. That's why we ventured off this week to play an exciting game with students in the library. And we also brought in a popular comm major as well. But before we get to that interview, let's head on over to the library with Emily to see what transpired this week.
Hi, I'm Emily with Happy Hour. Today we're outside of the library with coffee. We went to 3 different locations, Sheetz, McDonald's, and Starbucks, and we ordered French vanilla lattes. We're here to see if SRU students can guess which coffee goes with which place. Let's start.
All right, I'm gonna drink some coffee. Yep. French vanilla. It's very earthy. All right, real quick, I'm gonna say this is McDonald's right off the bat. Oh, never mind. Give me a minute. Oh. Okay, let me taste it back again. Starbucks is right here.
Yes.
McDonald's Sheetz.
McDonald's Sheetz.
Oh, I gotta stop. No, I felt it because I was like, because they're gonna do anything to it. They're gonna put like a bunch of sugar in it. So McDonald's gonna be like, we can't make good coffee. We should throw like powdered sugar in there and make it taste good. Same with Sheetz.
I'm gonna get Starbucks. Sheetz, McDonald's.
This is Starbucks.
Oh,
This is McDonald's, and this is Sheetz.
that was completely wrong.
It's
Oh,
okay.
well. Okay, Starbucks, McDonald's, and what was it? Sheetz. Okay.
Okay, this is Sheetz. This is Starbucks. And this is McDonald's.
Wow. So I got this one right.
Yeah.
But
And you mixed up McDonald's and Starbucks.
well, Starbucks is gross then, because that was nasty. That's why I was
Okay.
like, okay, that's McDonald's. And this was McDonald's.
Yep.
I'll go get a McDonald's latte. after this.
Okay. Are you surprised that Starbucks was the
The
your least
nasty
favorite?
one?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I am, because it's such like, and we were just discussing Starbucks in class the other day, and everybody's like, oh, like it's my favorite coffee, and I'm like, oh, okay, like maybe, but that was really gross, and so I don't think
You don't
know,
think it's worth the money?
No, not at all. Like
No.
I go to Starbucks like maybe once in a while. Like I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm around, but yeah, no.
Starbucks, Sheetz, McDonald's.
This one's Starbucks. This one's McDonald's. And this one is Sheetz.
Why is McDonald's the best?
Sheetz, Starbucks, McDonald's.
Starbucks, yes. That is right. These two are mixed up. This one is McDonald's, that one is Sheetz.
Dang. Both of these are super sweet, and
Yeah.
then that's just Starbucks.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe. Sheetz, McDonald's, Starbucks.
The middle one is Starbucks.
Okay.
This one is McDonald's, and this one is Sheetz.
I would have said that was Dunkin', because it's
Oh,
like
really?
watery. Yeah.
Hi, I'm John for the career office. I'm going to try these and see if I can identify them. Here we go.
Okay.
The first one. I'm going to say Sheets, Starbucks, McDonald's.
Okay, you got the Starbucks right. This one's McDonald's, and this one is Sheets.
No,
but
not too bad.
Not too bad.
Okay, thanks. Where's my
would've-
where's my departing prize?
Well, that was fun. Thanks for tuning in to Happy Hour. Back to you, Josh.
We're now joined by Rocky Visconi, a Starbucks employee and comm major. Rocky, thanks for being here tonight.
No problem. Thank you.
This will take some time to talk about your success academically and also you being a Starbucks employee. So to start off, how long have you worked at Starbucks and what is your beverage of preference?
I've worked at the Starbucks on campus for 2 years now, this fall, but I've worked at a Starbucks, or a coffee shop, for 4 years now. Yeah.
What was that other coffee shop you worked at?
T&B in the library.
T&B?
Yeah.
Which one do you like better, T&B or Starbucks?
Starbucks is a lot more hectic, but I think the drinks are better. My favorite drink is just a regular iced coffee with white mocha and half and half.
All right, so let's get into it. Finals week is coming up. It's about to be up next week. Do you guys see an uptick in business during finals week?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I know we've ordered extra supplies to be able to handle finals week, and I mean, what's finals week without coffee? They go hand in hand. So I think we'll definitely be seeing more people up there.
Are you guys going to be open 24 hours like the library usually is?
No, thankfully, because I'm also a student, so I don't want to be working those late hours. But we are open till midnights now, and a lot of people don't know that, so we can help you until a certain time. Yeah.
Okay, so people can get their caffeine fix up until midnight.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are other means of caffeine out there, energy drinks and whatnot. Why do you think people, especially college students, gravitate toward coffee?
I think, especially in Slippery Rock's case, that Starbucks is just so convenient because it's on campus, and I think it can provide a lot more caffeine for finals week. That doesn't necessarily have as much sugar as a Red Bull would. And like I said, it's a lot more convenient just to go up to Starbucks and get a coffee instead of going to Sheets and getting a Red Bull and stuff like that.
So you're saying it's more than likely just the location probably?
I think in Slippery Rock's case, yeah, but I mean, I like coffee over energy drinks any day. So
funny you say that. So I kind of noticed that as well. Why do you think people prefer when they do pick coffee? Why do you think they prefer Starbucks over Dunkin' or even Sheets or T&B or something like that?
Well, I think working there gives me a little bit of bias, but I would say the quality is a little better. Just in general, you can see where the product is coming from and all that kind of stuff, and it's right there. It's right in our grasps.
Okay, so coffee is good, especially with all the flavors and whatnot you could throw in there. Do you think too much caffeine is detrimental to long-term health, especially for college students still developing?
I think for college students, what's more detrimental to health is the lack of sleep during finals week. I think coffee just helps you get through it, but I mean, I can't sit here and say it's bad for you because I'm going to be the one drinking it at 4 in the morning to get through it.
Okay, contrarily, do you think there's any positives about drinking a lot of coffee?
I think it's a lot more a natural caffeine than an energy drink is because energy drinks have a lot more sugar than coffee does, especially if you're just getting a dark roast, which is just purely black coffee. Yeah.
Okay, so that being said, some people, they knowing there might be potential long-term health risks, they kind of stay away from caffeine. And from your perspective, as a Starbucks employee, what kind of tips or advice do you have for them, people who kind of stay away from caffeine and just want to do things the natural way as far as studying for finals?
Yeah, so we offer a lot of teas and refreshers. Refreshers are kind of natural juices that provide caffeine. And a lot of people don't like coffee, and we have that come up a lot at the store. So there's a lot of alternatives, especially if you don't want sugar in it. We have non-fat milks or coconut milks and soy milks and all that kind of stuff. So there's other ways around it to be more healthy or to have more natural caffeine. Okay,
so you're saying it's pretty much something out there for everyone at Starbucks?
Yes, I would like to think so.
Sounds good. They're giving me the go-home cue, but before we get out of here, you do have some drinks here. You're going to do a little demonstration, right?
Yes, I'm going to make the pink drink, which is very popular here at Starbucks and on this college campus. But it's just strawberry refresher, and thankfully I have this lovely guide to go with. We'll leave that. And then you add coconut milk.
Sounds good so far.
People are kind of scared that it tastes like coconuts. It really doesn't. It's just an alternative to whole milk. And then I have ice. And then all you do is shake it. It's so simple, and so many people get it. All right, Josh.
Oh, for me.
You ready to try it?
Here we go. This is it.
What do you think?
Makes you smile when you drink it. So that's pretty much all we got for the B segment here. Thanks for coming on, Rocky.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Back to you, Haley.
Thanks, guys. We have more happy hour coming your way, so stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Since Cody's not here this week, I found a replacement. I think he's better anyways.
Do you remember when you were told not to play with fire? You were told to be quiet. When they said caring wasn't in your generation's DNA. When they said stop playing with toys. Do you remember when they said stop dreaming? At Slippery Rock, we inspire the dreams, the noise, the caring to challenge you to be your best. Now and in the future, Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference. Do you remember when you were told to sit still? Walk, don't run. Don't sit too close to the screen. Don't touch that. Color inside the lines. At Slippery Rock, we inspire the motion, the music, and the moments of challenge that allow you to be your best, now and in the future. Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference.
Welcome back. Still ahead on the show, we're learning some survival skills with Average Joe. But for now, let's dive back in. All alone this week, Ryan?
That's right, Haley. Cody couldn't be here tonight, so I'm all by myself.
Well, I'm sure you have some great stories for us tonight.
I sure do, Haley, starting with the conclusion of Kaleidoscope Fest. It was a cold day during the Kaleidoscope Regional Arts Festival on Main Street, Saturday, April 28th, but that didn't stop people from coming out and enjoying their time. This event caused Main Street to close down so vendors can showcase their items. Performances by different local and Slippery Rock groups included Harmony Road and Miss Molly and the Valley Rats. Some of the tents had face painting, henna tattoos, caricatures, candy apples from local farms, and even snow cones. Some tents handed out prizes and even free samples of food and drinks from their store. Thanks to everyone who made this possible. It was a huge success, and thank you for sponsoring the event, which included Ginger Hill Tavern, Next Tier Bank, North Country Brewing, Slippery Rock Development Incorporated, and Slippery Rock University. The festival was a success, and we can't wait for it to come around again next year. For many, your next meal might be a simple pizza delivery away, but this is not the case for all. A recent survey by the Slippery Rock Student Government Association showed that nearly 40% of SRU have at one point had trouble accessing food. In response, SGA has started the SRU Food Pantry. Cody has the full story.
I'm here outside Starbucks in the Smith Student Center, where the Slippery Rock Student Government Association has set up a collection box for a newly formed food pantry. The food pantry is located at SRU's McCoskey Center, and SGA has placed collection bins like this all over campus.
The food pantry idea was started in response to a recent survey run by SGA that showed nearly 40% of SRU students either know of someone or have themselves not known where their next meal was going to come from. There are 6 collection bins set up around campus, 3 in the Robert M. Smith Student Center, 1 in the ARC, 1 at Boozle, and 1 in Bailey Library. SGA will be collecting donations in these bins up until May 5th. The McCoskey Center was chosen because it is a low-traffic area, in hopes to minimize the embarrassment that some students might feel when needing to utilize the food pantry. The need college students have for assistance like this is prevalent throughout the country, and although it is not as bad at Slippery Rock, SGA decided to be proactive on this matter and get out ahead of the problem. The food pantry is set to open at the McCoskey Center sometime next fall.
The Slippery Rock football team hosted its spring game last week, and it featured 2 very special honorary coaches. Justin has the full story for us here.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Take him on the goal line. The Slippery Rock University football team hosted its spring game this past Friday. The game is an inter-squad scrimmage between the Rock team, coached by former Pittsburgh Steeler and 1987 Slippery Rock University graduate Chuck Sanders, and the Pride team, coached by SRU alumnus and current Atlanta Falcon Brandon Fusco.
Yeah, it was a huge honor. When Coach Les told me, I was ecstatic, and I wanted to come back, and I always like to support the guys and talk to the guys and give them any knowledge or wisdom I can give them, and it's always good to be back.
The game went into a 50-minute rain delay after only 10 minutes of action in the first quarter, thanks to lightning strikes nearby.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I don't know. I guess you guys had pretty decent weather all spring, and I apologize for that.
The Rock team ended up besting the Pride 10-3 in a game that was ultimately a great learning experience for all the players involved.
Really, you really just gotta believe in yourself. Really, just know what you can do and believe it, and it'll happen.
Slippery Rock's spring football season is now over. The coaches and players will turn their attention to the team's first game on Saturday, September 1st against Kentucky State University, right here at Mahalik-Thompson Stadium.
Yo, what's up, man? It's Rock Boys. Spring game, 18, you know what we do. About to put that work in, 3-zip. You know what I'm saying? It's work out here.
There's a lot of football buzz going around after the NFL draft last weekend, and although nobody from Slippery Rock was drafted, we are proud to announce that 2 SRU players signed free agency contracts with NFL teams. Much-loved DeMarcus Martin signed with the Seattle Seahawks, and a former Division I lineman Ian Park signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. Without a doubt, these NFL teams both got a major steal. Marcus Martin is the NCAA Division II all-time career leader in sacks throughout every division. He is also the all-time leader of tackles for a loss in Division II, racking up 92.5, which blew the previous Division II record out of the water at 77. Martin received more than 20 All-America recognitions in his career and was a consensus All-American 3 times, being named NCAA Division II Defensive Player of the Year on 2 All-America teams in 2017. Additionally, Martin was the national runner-up for the Ted Hendricks Award as the best defensive end in the country throughout all divisions, an honor that no other Division II player has ever even been a finalist for. However, despite one of the most dominant statistical careers, Martin is joining the Seattle Seahawks as a fullback, where he thinks he will be the best fit. Ian Park will keep his position of offensive lineman, as he'll soon be heading over to play with last year's Super Bowl team. Park played 1 year at SRU after playing 3 seasons in Division I. He became an instant starter and was named to All-American honors by 2 different organizations. SRU Athletic Communications also just released that wideout Marcus Johnson has been invited to the Buffalo Bills minicamp. Johnson only started 2 years at SRU, but finished 1st in SRU history for touchdowns, 5th in receiving yards, and 6th in receptions. With Martin also attending minicamp, that makes 3 seniors from last season attending an NFL minicamp, which has never happened in any other programs in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. We fully support all players during this big moment in their lives and are excited to see what the future has in store for them. Go out and rock their socks off. Don't you just love dogs, Haley?
Absolutely, dogs are the best.
They are the best. And today during Common Hour, AVI gave out homemade dog treats to any furry visitors in the quad. Everyone who passed by Bailey Library with their dog was offered a snack for their pup. The treats were made of peanut butter and were a hit with all of the four-legged friends. And now that the sun is shining on Slippery Rock, the turnout of people and dogs was great. Spending some time with your dog in the sunshine is a great remedy for end of the semester stress, and make sure to keep up with all of AVI's events by following them on Twitter at SRU Dining. And that's all we have for you tonight. Back to you, Haley.
Thanks, Ryan. Great job.
Thank you.
Well, we're coming down to the home stretch, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Happy Hour.
There are some people that are just invaluable to a crew, and Ryan is one of those people. He can cover any piece of equipment, he can host, he can be on camera, TriCaster, you name it. Sometimes it feels like he's on multiple pieces of equipment at once.
Striking! Ready on camera 2? Alright, we're good to go. In 3, 2. Hello, Slippery Rock. I'm your host, Ryan Tannehill.
and this is the Happy Hour. Tonight, we're talking about puppies. What puppies are the cutest? What puppies do you think are the cutest, Slippery Rock?
Do you remember when you were told to put away your toys? Don't climb on that. Don't write on the walls. Go easy on the makeup. Do you remember when you were told to mind your own business and wait your turn? At Slippery Rock, we inspire the heights, the color, the caring for each other to challenge you to be your best. Now and in the future, Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference. Do you remember when you were told not to play with fire? You were told to be quiet. When they said caring wasn't in your generation's DNA. When they said stop playing with toys. Do you remember when they said stop dreaming? At Slippery Rock, we inspire the dreams, the noise, the caring to challenge you to be your best. Now and in the future, Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference.
Welcome back, everyone. We're wrapping things up today with our final segment. Tonight is the final installment of Average Joe, and this just might be the greatest test of his abilities yet. Let's see how Joey did this week in Average Joe versus Wild. Let's take a look.
This is Joe. He is average, and today he's going to learn something new.
We gotta get the camera crew out of here. This is way too intense. Come on, let's go, Paul. Oh, hey, and welcome back to another episode of Average Joe. I'm Joe. Today, I take on the forest. My mentor should be arriving momentarily, and they will be teaching me some valuable survival skills for the forest. Yeah, it's really pretty out. And here they are. Go ahead, introduce yourselves to the audience.
I'm Josh. I'm Will. We spend a lot of times in the woods.
We like to walk around and
hang out,
go hiking and stuff.
That's cool. That's cool.
We're also Eagle Scouts.
Okay, I trust you guys now. So I guess my life is in your hands. Let's go into the forest and see if I can survive.
All right.
Okay. So my mentors are going to teach me a few valuable knots that could help me in a potential survival situation.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with the square knot, which is like a very, very basic knot. So it's easy, just start with both strands. You go with the left one, you go left over right, underneath, and then right over left. And then you tie it, and it looks all nice. And it's very secure, and it's very easy to untie. All you do is you take both strands, you push them towards each other, and it comes apart.
Okay, so you said left over right.
Yes.
And then do a little flip. And then what?
Right over left.
Right over left.
Yep, because otherwise you just have an overhand knot.
Okay,
You
and
take
then
it underneath.
This underneath?
No.
Oh, this?
Yep.
Okay, and then pull it.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so one of the big things you want to look out for whenever you're in the woods is poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac. This right here is poison oak, and you can tell because it's not part of the tree, and it starts at the bottom, and it has all these little furs going up, and it goes all the way up the tree. And if you get poison oak on you, it can do a lot of damage to your skin, and you'll have a bad time. So this right here is the clove hitch. It's a knot that you use often to start lashings if you're building a shelter, and you can also use it to start the timber hitch, which is a good way to drag large pieces of wood if you're unable to pick it up.
Okay.
One of the biggest things that you want to have with you when you're out in the woods exploring is a compass and a map, so you always know which way you're going.
Right. They say if you stare at the sun too long, it can like damage your eyesight. So.
Right. I have heard of that.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. Nice. We got some water. I'm feeling a little parched.
Hey, are you just gonna go ahead and drink that?
I was planning on it. How do I know when water's safe to drink?
You should never assume that any water is safe to drink. you should always have filtered water whenever you're out in the woods. And you should always boil the water before you filter it to kill any bacteria.
Hey, so this is poison oak.
No, Joe. This is not poison oak. Remember, poison oak has fur, little fur strands going up it, and poison oak goes all the way up the tree, and that just stops halfway. This is not poison oak.
Okay.
When you're in the woods, you need to look out for what kind of mushrooms you eat, or anything. If you don't know what the plant is, don't eat it. There's a lot of mushrooms that can be eaten. There's even more that can kill you or poison you, or, you know, give you psychological impacts.
Guys, it's getting dark. It's windy and cold. I think we need to get some shelter. You guys need to teach me how to get shelter.
Okay, so we need to find a good place to build a shelter. We need somewhere flat, dry, away from like any rocks that could fall on us or like trees that look dead, like they'll kill us.
Okay.
We're gonna do a simple shelter, just a lean-to, where it's like we basically get a horizontal thing and we just lean a bunch of sticks up against it to get us out of the wind and out of the elements a little bit and give us some protection.
Okay.
First, you gotta find a good horizontal tree that can be used.
Let's start gathering some sticks. We want them to be like sizable and like enough for us to lean them against something like that.
What about this one?
That's good too.
What about this one?
No, you want something big.
So this is
No, it's not poison oak. What constitutes this to be poison oak? Come on, tell me. Tell me, what makes this poison oak? What's it made out of?
You've learned nothing! You don't know anything! Don't you listen to us!
Having some sticks lean across the shelter makes it easier for you to place leaves, so you can keep out of the wind better.
Okay, so leaves keep the wind out.
Yes.
If, what else can you use?
Leaves.
Okay.
I said only leaves.
You want to get all the junk off the floor so it's a more clean, dry surface. Because all of this stuff in here is wet right now and we want to get it out of there so you're not sleeping on a wet ground. And to also just get most of the debris out.
So I'm thinking the fort's coming out pretty good. Guys, on a scale from 1 to 10, how good is this?
Like a 2 or a 3, I guess.
At best, probably.
I don't think you're gonna make it through the night.
Well, I guess, what do we do next?
We gotta teach you how to make a fire, otherwise you're gonna you're just gonna freeze.
That makes sense. Let's go make a fire.
Okay, Joe, to build a fire, we're gonna need 3 big things. We're gonna need tinder, which is something that will catch a spark real quick.
Okay.
And burn fast. Then we need some kindling, which is also like really small sticks that will burn fast and catch real easily. And then we got fuel, which is like bigger sticks that we can throw in afterwards that are slower burning and will last a lot longer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is flint and steel.
Okay.
It's a good way to get a nice spark going if you don't have any matches or a lighter. So you just go like that, and it makes a nice spark that can hopefully.
Nice.
All the sticks are so damp, I don't know if anything's gonna catch.
All right, that's it for this episode of Average Joe. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
So how do you think I did?
I'd say you're below average, but you got a lot of upside. Like, you can keep practicing and maybe someday you'll be average. So, just keep working at it. Maybe get back out there and try to prove us wrong, you know?
Yeah. Whatever did happen to your friend Will?
He's somewhere out there. He split up. He got split up from the group, and
that's sad. Maybe I can use my new survival skills to go find him. Will you be joining me?
No. No, you're on your own.
Well, I look forward to proving you wrong. Thanks again.
Yes.
Till next time, I'll be in the woods.
Well, we have not heard from Average Joe since this, so if you have any information on his whereabouts, you're asked to report them back to us. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, but we wanted to take a minute to say thank you. We've had a lot of fun putting this show together every week, and we really appreciate you all joining us on this journey. Happy Hour has been the product of COM 454 Television Graphics, so a special thank you goes out to Dr. Fleming for the assignment and all the support and encouragement every episode. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. From all of us here at Happy Hour, one last time we say thank you and have a great night.